Interesting. How are you guys? How is everybody? How is everything? I hope you're doing very good at your houses. How are you? How are you? And how are you? Can you hear me? Everything is good? How are you, everybody? Are you good? Are you healthy? Are you washing your hands consistently each day? Are you washing your hands every time you go outside and you come back? How are you? Write me down. Okay. Thank you, Miss Edanur. You're welcome. I'm perfect. I'm quite perfect, amazing, the whole package of positivity. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I'm gorgeous. Thank you. I'm perfect. Thank you. Yes, people. Yes. Glad to hear. Glad to see your beautiful comments. Thank you. Perfect. So, did you grab your coffee with you so that we can start our lesson for today? Coffee, drink, something. I hope you didn't sleep late and you didn't wake up just now. I woke up, I believe, 11 or 12. So it's like a bit late, but I'm very prepared and everything. Coffee would be amazing indeed. Well, I've got my coffee here. Grab your coffee. Come fast so that we can get right into it. Turkish coffee is the best. Afiyat olsun. It is indeed. Very delicious indeed. Okay. Glad to hear and glad to read your comments. Thank you very much for your comments. Appreciate you. Bugün ben Türkçe çok az ama dene. I'm just trying to do my best. So today we are going to talk about prepositions. As you can see in front of you, here we've got, let me zoom it for you, beautiful people. Here we are going to talk today. Today is elementary, as you see, and we are going to talk about prepositions. I have so much exercises that I prepared for you so that we can do it together. I need to tell you something before we start our lesson. Prepositions very confusing. Yani belki karışık ama çok pratik, çok understanding. Yani so much practice, you will understand the prepositions more and more. Okay? And I prepared for you a chart. This chart, I believe it can help you somehow. This one. This is chart that you can use. It's very I don't know why it's like this, but let me make it like this. Yes. So when we talk about prepositions, we need to understand why do we use prepositions. why when I speak in English language, I use prepositions. Why? Prepositions, we use them to connect what we have. Sometimes we connect noun with pronoun. Sometimes we connect verb with pronoun. Sometimes we connect adjectives to the other part of the sentence. So prepositions are important to understand what and where to use them, but it's very important and çok önemli to know where you use them, how you use them. So we need to understand where and how. So in general, because now the preposition can change swiftly, very fast. It can change. There is no rules. There is no rules when it comes to prepositions. However, with practice, you can make your prepositions very, very under control. You will not get yourself confused. So here you have in. In, generally, we use it for months. In September, in December. When is your birthday? My birthday in September, in December, and so on. And we have on here, we use it for days. When can we meet? On Thursday, on weekends. Okay, so days, not just the Tuesday and Wednesday, the weekends, anything connected to it. However, when we talk about at, we are talking about the hours. So time, hours, you name it, okay? This is in general. If someone asks you where to use in and on and at, you say in months, on days, at hours. Those are the common prepositions. However, when we will talk about it more, we will discuss more prepositions, okay? Because it is very important, I believe. I am talking little Turkish, yani çok az Türkçe, but I speak English. So together we will do so much exercises. We will communicate. If you have any questions, you can write them down, okay? But remember, prepositions has no rules. Most of them has rules, however, most of them they don't. Okay, so this is the picture. Take a screenshot if you want. Take a screenshot. You can't forget months and days on and hours at. And we will start here with the book. The book basically it's exercises besides little understanding, and we will do listening too. I believe listening is important. It's very important part of learning English language. So we will do the listening a bit. Okay. So you have a grammar here, a preposition of time, at, in, on. This is for time. And places, at, in, to. So at, in, on, time, at, in, to, place. So now we have two kinds of prepositions, time prepositions and place prepositions, okay? However, the difference between them is just to. To, we add them to place, okay? Why? We will get into it. Let's do this exercise together. And after, we are going to listen here and we will see if we are right or wrong. Okay, so look at some sentences from Emilia's day, complete them with blah blah blah. Now, Emilia's day is this on the other hand. It doesn't include any prepositions, however, there is inside prepositions, but it's not a preposition. However, here, you need to read the sentence and understand the sentence, and I want you to tell me what we use here, because in prepositions practicing is essential, important. Çok önemli. Okay? Okay. Number 1, I get up blank 6:30. Now, what we use here? Can anyone tell me what we can use here? 6:30. And why? What you will use and why? You have in, ön, at, or to. What do you think, guys? At. Why? Why did you use at? It's very important we understand why we are using those specific prepositions. Yes, correct. At is correct. But why? Always say this because this. Okay? This because this. Thank you. So, I get up at 6:30. 6:30. Number 2, blank. The morning, we usually have 5 lessons, sometimes 6. Now, I want you to understand the sentence before you answer. So, the morning, we usually, thank you so much, Miss Delik, Mr. Ahmed, and Miss Jerian. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, number 2. The morning we usually have 5 lessons, sometimes 6. What we write here? And why? I need an answer, and also I need an explanation for your answer, because explanation help me to understand that you understood why did you put this preposition. Yes. Hit me, people. Hit me. Miss Delik, she said at. Why we are using at when we are talking about the morning? Is it correct or incorrect? At Miss Delik mentioned. What do you think, guys? Let's talk about this one. Miss Jerin said in. Okay, why at and why in? We have to understand why are we using this one. Because here we are talking about there is a rule for it. Yes. We are talking about time. Okay. If we are talking about time, we have at, in, and on. So we have 3 prepositions for time. But to be more specific, why we are using at and not in? Okay. Hello, Miss Mellis. Hello. Okay. Because usually. Okay. Can you elaborate more? Can you explain more? Yes. There is an in. Okay. Yes, Miss Delik. That's not an answer. I am sorry, because talking about time again. However, time, you've got at, as he said here, preposition for time, at, in, on, and place, at, in, on. So at, in, to. So they are time, all of them. So I'm understanding from Miss Melis that if we are using usually, we need to use in. Yes, guys? Any other explanation that you want to add? The answer here... No, Miss Mellis, no. However, your answer is correct. It is in the morning, but not about usually. You say, if we imagine the day is a line, if we are imagining the day is a line, and in this day, we're having evening and morning, afternoon, evening. So it's inside this day. Inside this day. So we are talking about the day. So in. Usually it's not a mark to refer that we should use in. It's not. Yes. However, your answer is correct. Yes. Here we are using in. In. Okay. Here we are using in. However, usually, generally, we there is no connection. Okay, moving on. Number 3, we have lunch blank school in the cafeteria. In the cafeteria. What we have here, what can be the answer? We have lunch blank school in the cafeteria. Thank you. That's not confusing because it's a place. Thank you so much. And we usually use at. Thank you so much. We usually use at with hospitals, places like facilities, factories, and so on. But if we, for example, we have lunch at school, and if we stop, this was not exist here. We have lunch at school. There is no specific place. However, when he used in, which means inside the cafeteria, that was more specific. Thank you. 4, you have day here, Mondays and Wednesdays I go blank extra classes. What do you think? Yes. Yes. We back to this chart. On for days. On for days. Yes. Thank you. Those are not very difficult, very common. However, the rest of it will be a bit difficult. So on Mondays, very good. On Mondays, I go blank extra classes. Very good. It's on Mondays, correct? Mr. Omar, that's incorrect. We are not using in here. On Mondays, we are using on Mondays. So what is the second one here, guys? The second one here. When I go extra classes, I go extra classes. What is the prepositions that we need here? Thank you. Yes, Miss Jaren. Yes, we use to. I go to extra classes. Thank you. Now, because I love listening, we will do the listening part and we will check our answers if it's correct or incorrect. But focusing on the pronunciation is also very, very önemli. Okay, I am now mixing Turkish with English. I'm doing a very good job, I guess. Here we go.
I'm Italian.
I'm sorry, that would be wrong. 241. 241. Here it is. And let me make the sound up for you. Here we go.
1. I get up at 6:30.
first one is correct.
2. In the morning, we usually have 5 lessons, sometimes 6.
In the morning, okay. Did we say in the morning? Correct, yes? Yes, in the morning.
3. We have lunch at school in the cafeteria.
Okay.
4. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I go to extra classes.
Okay, very good. Now, keep in your mind, this is time what we used, the morning, but not just the morning, the evening, the afternoon. We always use in, because always remember this. Hopefully, I can, let me use paint. Maybe I can draw a line for you here. Let's say here you've got, this is your day. This is your day. Now, excuse me, I am doing it very fast. Let's say here, this is your day. Your day. Okay, let's think like this. This is your day. This is all your day. Now, in your day, you will have here, here, and here. I don't want you to be confused by this because it's not very difficult. So here you will have, let's make the little a bit. Here you will have the morning. Here you've got the morning. And if we move a bit, you'll have the afternoon. Now, this explanation for some of the students that might have a difficulty of understanding why we are using "n" after the stuff. By the way, the noun is a bit wrong. Excuse me. Sorry. The morning. Here. Here's the morning. Here is the afternoon. Here is the afternoon, and here the last one have the evening. If there is another part of the day I don't know about, please tell me. So basically, because this is your day, and here you have the morning, here you have the morning, the afternoon, the evening in your day, we are using here "n". Because basically the way that you see it right now, let me highlight it and give it a blue color here, and let me make it a bit big so that you can understand why we are doing this. So in this case, as you can see, we use "n". So in the morning, okay? In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Exactly this example that we just discussed, number 2. Okay, so in the morning we usually have 5 lessons, sometimes 6. So this is your day, and inside, think about it like this so you don't get confused. Inside your day you have the morning, the afternoon, the evening. So in the morning we have 5 classes. In the afternoon we have lunch in the cafeteria. In the evening we've got something to do. So basically this is what you need to understand so that you don't get confused by the fact that why I am using "n", because you are talking about a day, which is something in the day. Okay? However, day you used like if it was Monday, you can use a different prepositions as we discussed before. So this is the chart. This is, I don't know if I call it chart or anything, but this is what you need to understand why you are using "n". Okay, now we are back to our book here. Now, before we continue to the listening part, which is very fun, I promise, we are going to go to Grammar Bank in our book, page 130. So let's zoom out and let's check it out here. Okay, here we've got. Now here he will explain to you why we are using what we are using. Okay. Of course, sir. Of course, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. It's you know, as much as I love English, as much as I believe it is very easy and beautiful and smooth language, I need to be sure that you understand it and love it the way I love it. Okay, so here we've got the prepositions at, in, on, and to. So here we've got listening part. However, we will do that, but let's see what's going on here. So, in the morning, as we discussed earlier, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, the summer, in the summer. And here he mentioned on Monday, on Saturday, on Tuesday morning. Here sometimes we are using morning with the Tuesday. Don't be confused. Remember, if there is a day, you use on, as also we discussed here, on for days, as you see here. So remember, don't be confused by any addings. Focus on the first one. Always focus on the noun or the pronoun with the preposition. Sometimes it comes with an adjective. We will go to it right now. When you have an adjective and after that you have a preposition. However, here you have a preposition, day. So he's teaching you first the preposition, after what should come after the preposition. After we will learn what can come before the preposition. So on Monday, on Tuesday, on Thursday, on Friday, and so on. Okay, he doesn't have to write you all. Give you 2 examples and you understand them. At 3 o'clock, at midday, at midnight. Now, if you are noticing here, we said that at here in this picture, at for hours, okay? Here, at 3 o'clock, that's hour. Midnight, what is midnight? Midnight, midday and midnight. Midnight is 12 o'clock, that's time, that's an hour, okay? Midday, that's also an hour. Lunchtime, which means there is an hour where we are eating lunch, okay? Night, that's also a time, but it's not a day and it's not in the day, okay? In the weekend, at the weekend. Now, at the weekend, it can be a little karışık. Çünkü British, they use at the weekend. In other books, the books that I've read with my students, sometimes they use on. So you can say at the weekend and on the weekend. That will not be a problem. At the weekend, on the weekend. It's between British English and American English. Okay? So at the weekend, on the weekend. However, here, specifically and particularly, he said at with the weekend. So use at the weekend. But if you find on, no problem, you can use it. Christmas. It's also an hour of Christmas. What time? He's not talking about the date. He's not talking about the hour. He's talking about the Christmas. At Christmas. Okay? As I said to you, this is little rules. Little rule contain the rule. However, there is so much prepositions that we are using with adjectives that can be out of this specific rule. Now, here, let's read these notes here down. Let me zoom in for you so that you can read with me. We use in for parts of the day and season. For parts of the day and season. Okay? So it's the same explanation. It's inside. So it's part, the day, the evening, the afternoon. It's part of the day. So we're using in. We use on for days, as we discussed, and at for times of the day. Night, weekend, and festivals. Don't be confused. Don't be karışık. We will do so much exercises. You all understand. But however, you need to, even after our lesson for today, you must practice. Practice yani ihtiyaç var. Çok önemli, tamam mı? Tamam mı? I look like Turkish now. Okay, moving forward. Here, this boxes in our English file books, very important. We need to read them so that we can understand. So here we have, let me look here. Maybe you can see it very good. Other uses of in and on. The other uses, okay? So there is exceptions to the rules. There is always exceptions in English language. That's why some students believe it's a bit hard. It's not hard. With practice and with time and persistence, like I want, it will be very nice. We also use in with, what the hell is happening? Yes, we also use in with months and year. In December, as we discussed, in 2015. Now look at here, in, we use it for months. Look, so this chart is not changing. This chart is the same. In December in 2015. So why are we using in here? I will tell you why. Now, December, exactly the same chart we did here. This day, let's change this and let's write month. Okay, let's assume. So here we have month. Month, there is 31 days. Well, some months 29 or 28, like February, Şubat, 28. So this is the month. So inside it, inside the month, there is so much days. So which day are you talking about? So here, he said, in December. So inside December. So is it the 1st of December? Is it the mid-month? Is it like 15th December? Or it's 13th December? So in December, there is no specific. Okay? It's like in the morning. When you say in the morning starts from what time? Like 6 a.m. From 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you have exactly 5 hours. So you don't know what time, the specific time. It's in the morning. Here in December 2015. Again, 2015, 12 months. 12 months. So inside 2015. So in 2015. Okay? We also use on with dates. Dates. What we put here on for days. Here he said we use it for dates. On 1st of January, by the way, when you read this one, when you read it, this is not on 1 January. On 1 January. On 1 January. Çok yanlış. This is on 1st of January. When you spell it, when you speak it, when you pronounce it, on 1st of January, because this is how we read the dates. We don't say 1 January, okay? Either on 1st of January or on January the 1st. January the 1st is American. This one, however, is British. First or the always, I'm not sure. Anyway, yes. Okay, so here you've got the notes. Here, let's check this place out. Here, he's talking about movement and place. Movement and place, okay? So, here we've got the following. He goes to work at 8. He goes to work at 8. Movement or place, okay? So here, if you have any confusion, any like karışık kafa, if you have, okay, don't be. This is easy. He goes to work. He used actually two prepositions here. However, now we are focusing only on the movement and place preposition. So he goes to work. You can consider that as a movement. He goes to work like he's going from his house to another place. Now that's movement. Okay? So changing. Or you can say a place where he's going to another place. Second one, he has lunch at work. At work. Here, at, it's correct. We are using it with the place. But you want to understand also that this is also like movement. You will understand that there is a to and there is an at. However, because work, which means it's a building, it's a place, it's a school, it's a hospital, it's I don't know, whatever you want to call a place for work. And here we've got he works in an office. He works in an office. He works. Now we are using this article here, an, because here you've got vowel sound. I am sure you know about this. And so we use an, we don't use a. Anyway, he works in an office. He works in an office. Now you will say to me, an office, isn't that a place? Yes, it's a place, but we are not using at because this office is random. We don't know exactly where is that office. It is in his work. Where? It's exactly like the line we did. Work and the places in the work. The work, now let's make a new one here. Work, you have work. And the places in the work, we use in. In the office, where he ate, where he had his lunch. In the cafeteria at his work, where he did, okay? And what the time, it's so on. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to tell you, because it's not difficult to use prepositions. It's very easy, as you can see. Just understand it the way I understand it. It will not be difficult. Mistakes, again, mistakes can happen, but we can always practice and we can overcome those mistakes. So those are the notes for today. We will check them out, and after that we will start just exercises, only exercises. So we use to, this is a little change. We use to for movement or direction. She goes to the gym, not she goes at the gym. You will say to me, the gym is also a place. I agree with you. However, here is a movement. She goes where she is already, and she's going another place, okay? However, if you say here, she's at the gym, that would be no problem. At is perfect here. But here, you should understand the sentence. What kind of sentence is that? What he's trying to tell you. She goes to the gym, which means she goes to the gym. She is going to the gym. Or a usual behavior. She goes to the gym. Present here, so. Okay. She goes at the gym. Be careful. Be careful, okay? We don't use to before home. Go home. Go to home. Go home. Now we're talking about the English language. Okay? Here he say we are not using to when you are talking about home. Go home. Go to home. Don't use this one. This one is çok yanlış. Let me do this. I'm killing it with this marker. By the way, it's turning red. That's very fascinating art. Anyway, so we don't use the movement when we are talking about home. You ask me why? He said we don't use. So that's the English language. So go home. Okay? You don't say I'm going to home. Go home. That's the grammarly talking. But when you say sometimes I'm going to home, that would not be a problem. However, there is an ing but some people use go to home. Like, hey, go to home. Okay? Because it's very long and it does not need to put a preposition here. That's why he mentioned it. Number 2, we use at and in for position. Position. The place, where is it exactly? We use at plus work, home, school, university. We use in other places, a flat, an office, a room. Okay, those are it's not quite specific. Okay, a flat. Okay, a flat in which let's say in which neighborhood, in which avenue. Okay, so in the flat, in the office, in a room. I'm at house. Oh, I'm at home. But look here, I'm at home in a room. Which room are you in? Okay, I'm wondering. So it's random. We can use in or at with some public places. Okay, a restaurant, the cinema, etc. On Saturdays, he usually has lunch in at a restaurant. So remember here, at and in are both correct here. Public places and for a restaurant, cinema, and so on. So here he said to you, there is no problem whatsoever when you use in and at here in a restaurant or in a cinema. Look, this is this slash here means or. So in or at, okay? It's not very difficult and confusing. Now here we're going to do an exercise together, me and you. And afterwards we will go break. After we will do other exercises for from the BBC Learning English. So complete with in, on, at. Okay, let's do it together. The evening. What we write here, the evening. The evening. I hope you didn't sleep while I was teaching. Are you here? Cheers to everyone here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Correct. In the evening, 22nd of September. What are we using here? What are we using here? Second one. What do you think? What do you think? On 22nd of September. Okay. Yes. Nice. 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 Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, number 3. Very nice. Number 3. Perfect, Miss Mellis. Nice. Number 4. These are very like little symbol, but we will get after this hour. There is more exercise that it's made you like what, like this. Okay. Whoa. Yes. 3 is in. Correct. Yes. 7:30 at. Perfect. Excellent. 5. Correct. At is for number 4. Number 5. Very nice. Very nice. However, if we have the night, it will be in the night. Thank you so much. Correct. Nice. Number 6. Beautiful people. Number 6. 5 is at, correct. Nice, thank you so much. On Monday. Perfect, nice. And number 7, the weekend. The weekend. The weekend. Thank you. At the weekend, on the weekend, they are both correct. Thank you. And we've got here January. January. The month. The first month of each year. As we discussed before, it must be the in January. In January, because here, if you notice, here, look, be careful here. December, in December, here you have a day and you have a month. A day and a month. So if it's only month, we use in. If we have a month and a day, which is here the first of the month, we use on. So here, in January. In January. Here, in January. Number 2 is on the 22nd September, here in January. Yes. Don't worry. Don't sweat about it. It's practicing. It will be very smooth for you guys, I promise. Now, thank you so much. It was very nice, very cool. Now, let's do this part. Let's do this part. Complete with to, at, in, or without, which means you will not need a preposition here. Okay, so we go to school by bus. They get, we don't need here any preposition, so underscore. They get home late. That was for an example for you. Now we've got number 1. Sorry, John's not here. He's blank work. So what is number 1? What we write here for number 1? Thank you, perfect. He's at work. However, here we go to school. School, we are using at, but here we cannot use at because the sentence is different. Very nice. Very nice. Number 2, it's a lovely day. Let's go, blah, blah, blah. Now, use the preposition and in your comment, give me a reason. Why did you use this preposition? Okay, we have on, we have in, and we have to. On, in, and to. Okay, I need you to explain to me why did you use those prepositions. Okay, in the beach, that's At the beach, no. I want an explanation. I want an explanation for number 2. Okay. Here we are using to. We go to school. Let's go on the beach. Understandably, let's go on the beach. That's no problem. But on the beach, which means we will lie down on the beach. Something will happen on the beach. But let's go to the beach. Here is a movement. Let's go to the beach. Here we have a movement. So here is to the beach. To the beach. 3. Sally's boyfriend works an office. What's number 3? Mr. Omar just write everything like no time for waiting. Perfect. Miss Azmi. Perfect, yes. Sally's boyfriend works in an office. In an office. Very nice. Yes, yes. In an office. Thank you. Number 4. My brother studies math at the University of Manchester. Why in and why at? Why in and why at? I'm having so much at. I want to know why at and why in. Mr. Ahmed said it's a public place. Thank you. So with the places, we are using at. Yes, my brother studies maths in the University of Manchester, at the University of Manchester. I think here is specific, so we will use at. My brother studies maths. Lan? This is very weird, Turkish something, I don't know. My brother studies maths at the university. At the university. 5. I go blank the gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays. What we will use here? Thank you. Thank you. 2. I go to the gym on Tuesdays and Thursday. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Number 6. What time do you go? What we are using here, what time do you go blank home? Mr. Ahmed say 2. What are you thinking, guys? Is it correct or incorrect? Okay. So much of you guys said 2. However, here, I don't think we can use preposition. What time do you go home? What time do you go home? We don't need a connector here. Here is nothing. We don't need. Remember here? Where? Here. Let's go a little up. Here. Remember this part? This one? Look, 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 look. We don't use to before home. Go home, not go to home. So here, my beloved students of today, let me delete it so that you can understand. Here, you've got this sentence. Don't say go to home, say go home. Go home, yes. No problem, Mr. Ahmed, no problem. Mistakes are important to understand anything you want to learn. So what time do you go home? We don't use nothing. What time do you go home? Yes. Yes, the live stream will continue for 7 days a week. We will be broadcasting for 7 days a week. There is no holiday. Number 7, we live a flat. We live a flat. We live a flat. What we will use here, beautiful people? Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Çok güzel. Çok güzel. Thank you. We live in a flat. Very nice. 8. It's Monday. The children are... What do you think? The children are in the school, at the school, on the school, under the school. Two? Oh my god. It's Monday. The children are at school. However, there is no there. There is no there. So if we find here the school, we use at or in. What do you think? Do you think this make difference or does not? Is it in or at? What do you think? What do you think? If you give me an explanation, why at and why in, so that we can move on. Time is running. Time is running. Oh my god. At school. Okay. It's at. Thank you. Number 9. My father's doctor, he works a hospital. A hospital. My father's doctor, he works a hospital. In a hospital. Why in a hospital? No, why not at a hospital? Hospital is a place too. Yes? What do you think? What do you think? Look, I am here. I am here. Public place, restaurant, cinema. In or at. There is no problem for using both. You can use in and you can use at. There is no problem. He works in a hospital. He works at a hospital. It's a public place. That's what he mentioned. 10 and the last one. The Jack isn't blank home. He's on a holiday. Jack isn't. He's on a holiday. Thank you. Jack isn't at home. He's on a holiday. Yes. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, your answers. 8. 8, it's Monday. Here, before we go break, let's explain this one. Yes, break time. It's Monday. The children are school. The children are in school or at school. They are both correct. However, at is more appropriate. Here, both. At is more appropriate. Here, at school. At school is more appropriate. Yes. There is nothing wrong with this one. Just the place, the school is a place. However, hospital is a public place. Public places in and at, no problem. Here, always at. Yup. Remember, there is no rules for our prepositions. Remember that, okay? No problem. Okay, guys, when we come back, we will do exercises from BBC. And we will do exercises here and here. We've got so much exercise to do. Here is about adjectives. Yes. Thank you so much. 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. 10 minutes and we will be right back. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you in 10 minutes.